Wow, I can't believe they're still writing these garbage articles in 2021. Why do female pro gamers earn million less than men? Yeah, I'll tell you the reason, okay? Sexism and misogyny. I'm not even reading the article, and I'm telling you the reason. How do I know? How do I know? It's only because I've read this article probably 1,000 times by now. They're not trying to analyze the problem. They're not trying to figure out solutions. No, it's literally if something they don't understand, it's sexism and misogyny. It's like those old people back in medieval times, and it's like, well, lightning is in the sky. Do you understand what it is? No. Where does it come from? God. God did it. You know, like everything they didn't understand, it was God. It's actually called the God of the gaps, because the more you cover the gaps, the more people started understanding why lightning happens and how it exists. You know, all of a sudden, God isn't doing that. But other things that people wouldn't understand, well, God was doing those. So it's really the same with this. You know, like they don't understand why women earn millions less than men. So it must be because of sexism. Now, what's interesting is that they claim they care about gender equality. But I will never see them asking, why do men earn less money on OnlyFans? Why do you think that is, right? Because if you look at how much money some women make on OnlyFans, and you compare it to how much money men make there, you'll see a major income disparity. And why do you think that is? Because all it takes is to put a camera, take a picture of yourself, upload it on the internet, and you should make money. But for some reason, women make more money than men. Why is it, The Guardian? Why is that happening? Sexismus, isn't it? Oh my god. You know, I'll tell you the main problem they're having with this. They go with the assumption that unlike traditional sports, esports is theoretically an equal playing field regardless of gender. Why do you assume that? Is it? I mean, I'm looking at these people who won the League of Legends championship, and I notice a startling lack of diversity there. All of them are Asians. Did you notice that? That various games seem to have people from the same country dominating those tournaments? Like, for example, when it comes to League of Legends or Dota, mostly Asians. When it comes to fighting games, you will see that it's usually black people that win the tournaments. Like Sonic Fox is the champion of Mortal Kombat, and this is year after year. Similar with other fighting games like Street Fighter. And then you also have, I remember like in Counter-Strike, when I grew up, almost all the time it was Russians that were dominating the tournament. So, I don't know, is it equal? I mean, it could be, but you'd have to prove it. I don't know any studies that have been done which proves it. You're just assuming that it is, but when you look at the tournaments, as I mentioned, on different genres of games, you're going to see that there's very little diversity, and it's usually consistently that the people from those same countries, they win again and again and again. So as I mentioned before, with Dota, it's mostly Asians that win. Hearthstone is a little bit different, but again, it depends on the genre. And then you also look at other games that aren't computer related, but let's say poker. You look at poker and you notice that the world championship are also men. Like, is there misogyny in poker now or something like that? I don't know. But I just don't think that misogyny is the response. Because here's the thing. When you want to be a professional gamer, you make a lot of sacrifices. Because I happen to know a couple of these people. They completely have to give up their social life. They don't have time to go out. They don't have time to have fun. They don't have time to go out clubbing and whatever. Like, they have to give away all of that and just spend time playing video games non-stop until they're the best of the best at it. Not a lot of people are willing to make that sacrifice. I'm not willing to make that sacrifice. And by the way, it's a huge risk. Because you can invest all that time and you can lose the tournament. And now what do? You didn't spend time studying at school. You didn't have any time making friends. Now you end up being miserable and alone. And I think like probably tens of thousands of men have ended up doing that. You know, they tried their best in order to become a professional gamer, only to lose. And then it's like, okay, well, they're an introvert now. They're, as the left likes to call it, stuck in their mother's basement. So the number of people that are successful is probably eclipsed by the number of people that failed. So, like the idea is like how many women are also willing to do that? Like how many women are willing to give up their entire social life? Because again, you assume that the number is equal. And I don't understand why you're making this assumption. Like, for example, if women aren't interested in competing, obviously they're not going to make it to the top because they're not even interested. It's like I'm not interested in getting a position at HR. I think it's a horrible profession that only people who have absolutely no empathy could do. Imagine firing people for a living, like telling individuals that worked hard at the company that now they need to fuck off and it's not your business how they're going to feed the family. You have to be one of the most fake people on the planet and lie in front of other human beings. I can't do that, right? So if I'm not interested in that, why would you assume that I should somehow be a successful HR person if I'm not even applying for the job? But anyway, like that's neither here nor there. Another reason that might be is that a lot of studies do show that men and women play video games. But what they forget to mention is that it's not the same video games. Like I, for example, do not enjoy playing Candy Crush. I do not enjoy playing hidden object games. Women enjoy playing those because it's like different genres. Nothing wrong with having different genres, but as you notice, there is no international championship for Candy Crush. So the genres that women usually gravitate towards aren't represented in the pro gamer scene. Now, if you want like a Candy Crush tournament, go for it. I don't know how many viewers you're going to get, but maybe it's going to be successful. I mean, maybe people will tune in to watch it. So maybe that would be a solution to get more women to play at the tournament level. Like have more games that women like being represented in pro gaming leagues. I mean, it's ridiculous to even think otherwise. Like when you play Mortal Kombat, do you think that 1 out of 2 matches that you're playing happens to be with a woman? Obviously not, because it's not a 50-50% representation. So if it's fewer people from that demographic, why would you assume that the minority demographic is going to go to the top? I mean, if you have a bag that has 80% black balls in it and 20% red balls, chances are if you reach into the bag and you pull a ball, it's going to be a black one, simply by the average number. But anyway, right, let's talk about misogyny, because I do think it exists, right? But it's in a different way that they think. When you go and you play League of Legends, for example, and you start off, it's not that the other players are going to be, you keep dying. Oh, that's okay. You're just going to get better. Just don't worry about it. Here, let us help you. Let us try to accommodate you. Just tell us what you need. No, people are going to flame your ass. People are going to tell you to uninstall LOL. People are going to say negative things about your mother. People are going to say the most horrible and horrid shit towards you. And some of that is even gender. They're going to say that you're a virgin stuck in your mom's basement to grow a pair, like you're not man enough or whatever. Like they're going to say anything possible in order to get under your skin. And the people who manage to play and become good at the game have to tune in all of that shit out. So the people who are pro gamers, they have the mental fortitude to tune that out. Like it's part of being a pro gamer. It's actually one requirement. And it's very easy to tune it out. All you have to do is to press the tab key and to mute everyone. But I can prove to you that this has nothing to do with misogyny. Like at least I have proof. There have been, over the course of years, several female-only teams that had sponsors and people encouraged, and they actually even grew a fan base. Because believe it or not, I as a man, if I watch esports, I'm more than happy to see women play. I think that's hot. Seeing a geeky girl behind the computer, that's hot. Sorry to say this, all sexism aside, but turns out men like women. I know, it's astonishing. The Guardian. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's true. So I would like to see women succeeding. But when I saw a couple of matches between women-only teams and men teams, the women got decimated. And it was live. It was recorded. There was no sexism. There was no misogyny. I mean, they were already at the professional level. They started playing, and they lost badly. There was no chat. No one was throwing sexism or anything at them. But, how could they explain it? I don't know. It's up to the Guardian to explain it. They're the wise ones that are writing articles. I would want to know why that happened. And when you look at fighting games, I don't see any women there. And in fighting games, there is no sexism because there's no voice chat. I mean, sure, like you can have voice chat when you're playing fighting games if you really want to. But most of the time, right, you go to your console, you pick up the controller, and you play the fighting game. You don't even know who the other person is. So why aren't they succeeding there? Yeah, but again, it's usually black people that win at Mortal Kombat. I think Sonic Fox, a black gay dude. There you go, you have the gay representation as well. He won like the last tournaments. He's actually one of the best Mortal Kombat fighters in the world. No one can beat him. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. It's surprising to see these articles, but whenever a conversation comes up on the forum, these are the arguments you can use. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.